there's no rule as to how big or small your portfolio should be.
So it can be on all sorts of different levels. I'm
Yeah.
talking real basic terms here for somebody who's brand new at this, thinking property investors, they're all multi-millionaires. That's not necessarily the case, is
Absolutely
it?
not. Well, we're not. No, but you know, for myself and Steve, you know, our situation was we had one or two businesses that you know, which we still do, and we just wanted that third business that did what the other two didn't do, and that was passive income. That was the key for us. It was having something that if we could set it up and it was stable and we could support it, that would be a passive income for the rest of our lives. So it wasn't just about now, it was about looking ahead. And in our situation, it was obvious for us that's what we needed. Whereas if you're someone who's 19, 20 and you're coming to it, you know, you can go gung ho. You've got the rest of your life ahead of you to really build it. Conversely, if you're somebody who's in their sort of 60s and is retired and just wants something to do, something to stay alive doing, property's wonderful for that, to interact with other people and to create a passive income as well. So different people create different strategies and have different goals. And what's lovely about what we do at Asset Academy is that we help people do that. There's no one fixed route.
So it's not one size fits all.
No.
You're not saying you get into property, you become a full-time landlord, you have loads of properties, you manage them all, you're constantly coming around. It can be, as you say, a passive thing where you've got maybe just a handful of properties that give you that, as in your case, you said an extra income stream or extra business, or it could become the full-time business if you want it to be. But again, it's not building great big property empires. It can be whatever you personally want it to be. Is that a fair assumption?
I think you've summed it up there, Simon. You know, it can be whatever. It could be as big or as small as you want it to be. And I think the other factor is as quickly or as slowly as you want to as well. You know, to do it in your own time that fits your kind of expectation and your, you know, I always remember that our first meeting with our property coach, because one thing we you know heavily endorse is to have a mentor, have somebody work with somebody who's, you know, trodden that path previously and will be able to understand what you're going through. And we sat with him, and the first question he ever asked us was, well, I thought it was going to be how much money are you trying to create, how big do you want your portfolio, you know, something around specific to property. And the first question he asked us was, how busy do you want to be? And I remember turning to you, Ross, going, what's that got to do with anything? And obviously now I really understand what he was really asking, because it's the other point of what we're sort of touching on, is you can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want as well. In an ideal world, you know, you've got teams of people who will run your properties, and you can be completely hands off, or you can get involved.